Hello everybody, thanks for joining me. Sorry again, I keep not making videos for you guys. I've been so busy with work and with other things. I've got a baby on the way, you see. We have to keep going for scans and everything's okay, but you keep having every now and then there's these little panics and stuff like that. So sorry about that. Like I say, I've got other things going on. But like I say, everything is fine, and so let's get back into this. So I'm not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice, but let's have a look at some of these coins anyway. So first we're going to look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's made some big moves, and those big moves have been pretty much on the cards now for the last couple of days, because this golden cross was certainly going to take place on the 4-hourly. Now it is a 4-hourly chart that create this, and this basically would mean a short to mid-term spike and probably a bit of a pullback now before a continuation up to perhaps maybe 13 or beyond. Maybe might even be looking to retest some of our all-time highs. But there is a spanner in the works, and that spanner has really got nothing to do with Bitcoin as such. It is Litecoin, and Litecoin is going crazy, and the reason it's going crazy is because the halving event has almost begun. It's basically going to happen in the next few hours. Okay, so we're on the 4-hourly chart now, and we've still had this death cross, and we're still in the wake of that death cross. We're still suffering as a result of that death cross. And now we're looking at this, and we're looking at the MACD. The MACD wants to come right up, okay, and it really wants to move up. We're having a rejection here on the 50 EMA, but because that halving event is happening in the next couple of hours, I expect this to be broken. I expect that to rocket up above this Bollinger Band. I expect the next test to be around here, which is we'll call it 9,700 satoshis. We'll call it that, thereabouts. So when we have a look on the here on the tether pairing, it makes a lot more sense. As you can see that we've already got broken above that, and we've already broken above the 200 EMA. We spiked way above the Bollinger Band, completely, massively broke above it, and we've got plenty of room to go. Okay, so look at this MACD indicator here. Okay, we're spiking above here. We're also coming back down, so we have a clash between the bulls and the bears. I'm afraid the bears are probably going to lose out on this one. I don't know why they're really even trying, unless they're just looking to make certain scalps, which is fair enough, because that's a decent scalp to be had there. But it's a risky scalp, because the halving event will take place probably it will be done in about 3 hours time. Should have happened by then, and at that point there's really no stopping this boy from getting from where we started right back up here to around about 145 dollars. That's where we're heading, and we're not heading there immediately today. We're going to have some big moves today, no question. When we go back to the Satoshi values, what we're going to be seeing is we're going to see these areas move up, and hopefully what we'll see is this 50 EMA cross eventually over the next few days, start to be a little bit more erect, and over the next week or so cross above this 200 EMA, creating a golden cross. That golden cross will then permeate through the rest of the altcoins, and probably see a bit more altcoin dominance, which is on the cards. You know, it's highly anticipated that this altcoin dominance is going to kick in at some point, and this might be the spark that lights the fire of that altcoin dominance. The amount of money that's going to pour into Litecoin over these next hours and days should be pretty intense. Intense enough to create a small alt season? Probably. When we look across the board, we're starting to see the stronger coins moving up, and we're starting to see Bitcoin retracing as some of that money falls out of Bitcoin and goes into those alts, specifically Litecoin, and then it'll be it's a giant circle basically. Bitcoin's pumped, Litecoin is pumping for a reason. When Litecoin pumps, the altcoin dominance moves up. Bitcoin dominance will subside ever so slightly. Then all the other alts, the top major alts, will also pump. Maybe not as hard, almost certainly not as hard as Litecoin, but they will pump all the same, increasing that altcoin dominance. And then that money will filter into the smaller second-rate alts, which we'll look into in just a moment. And then, when all is done and dusted, it'll all pile back into Bitcoin, causing an enormous pump, and that pump will take place probably in the next few weeks after all this is done and dusted. So let's have a look at Matic then, shall we? So Matic again suffering as a result of this Bitcoin move. We're down to all the way down here at 87 Satoshis, really low. So we're hoping now that, well, what's likely to happen is this is going to continue to fall until Litecoin and the other alts have had their fill, and then some of this money might filter into something like this. But at the moment, it's very sad for itself. Is we're around about 1 cent generally. We're making new lows of just under a cent. So at the moment, it's definitely a no-go until we see some more movement within the alts and Litecoin. Everything's on Litecoin. Litecoin is leading the way. We'll move on to BitTorrent tokens. BitTorrent token again, very sorry for itself, making its way down to as low as 6 Satoshis. But we have had a little bit of a move up today as a result of just recently, just right this second, really, to be honest with you, the altcoin movement. So BitTorrent token can't win with Bitcoin, really. When Bitcoin moves up, we see little moves, and when Bitcoin moves down, we see huge moves. And with the Satoshi values, we see destruction. So it needs to start working on its own for it to start doing anything good. It's probably going to start reaching a bottom at the moment. This is pretty healthy looking consolidation after a move like this, but much lower than this would be considered tragic. Celr here is a tragic looking coin, probably looking to bottom out at some point soon. If we have a look here, where have we bottomed before? 0.074 Satoshis, USD, so we're getting quite close to our all-time lows. That should cause a bit of a pump, and we're certainly down at our lowest Satoshi level ever at the moment. So this guy is looking to bottom out at some point soon, and hopefully this dominance of this altcoin dominance will help it in some way or another. We move on to Phantom coin here. So Phantom was looking relatively strong actually, creating itself a small golden cross up here, but didn't really work out for it. Fell back down under there, spiraling out of control again. Looking to be picked up, but there's no real reason why it's going to pump at any time soon. And if we have a look on the tether value, we're yet to make that actual golden cross on the tether value here. Looking for probably sideways action, but again, everything's been moved into Litecoin at the moment, and if it's not in Litecoin, it's in Bitcoin, so it's not going to see anything good take place there. And ERD is very sad. It's a very new coin, so we expect nothing more than this. And when we have a look here with the Bitcoin pairing, a little bit of a move now, but really nothing to write home about. So this one's certainly a no-go. So out of all these, BitTorrent token might be the one to look at. Certainly Litecoin is, if you've not been on already. If you watch my videos, I've been talking about Litecoin for several weeks now, and this is the day of reckoning, so I'm quite excited because it's pretty much the only thing I'm holding actually. And this is my overall theory. Bitcoin pumped last night, which was fair enough, but Litecoin pumping now, and it's going to probably, in my book, pump quite hard, will in turn create a large move for the altcoin dominance. Once that starts to happen, all the stronger alts will start to move, increasing that altcoin dominance, and then they will filter into these smaller coins like Matic and BitTorrent token, increasing their value probably more in regards to the amount of gains that they'll have from their areas. Again, increasing altcoin dominance, and then when all is done and dusted, maybe in a week or 2 weeks, certainly by 2 weeks, we will see it. So all of that money filtered right back into Bitcoin, and probably look to take out our all-time high. Definitely getting to 13, probably 14 and beyond. Now Bitcoin can still move now. It does seem to like to move as a result of Litecoin moving. Litecoin's a bit of a precursor often to Bitcoin's inevitable move ups or downs, certainly ups. So we might see bigger spikes with Bitcoin now, and that would probably wipe my theory out completely. I'm counting on Bitcoin staying at this level, maybe consolidating or just moving sideways now, and not breaking above this area of 11,800, which is a pretty strong resistance, and once that breaks, that probably will turn to a support. I'm counting on Bitcoin moving sideways or maybe consolidating down a little while Litecoin makes its big moves up. And if that happens, then we will see a small and steady alt season. And then once the alt season's over, then Bitcoin can start to take the lead once again. Anyway, I will leave it with you there. Thanks for watching, thanks for donating, thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate all your help on this channel, and like I say, all those donations will go into my little unborn child's trust fund. So thanks a lot. Anyway, have a nice day, take it easy.